Hello everyone, welcome back to Academy. Today we will study Unit 11 on page 88 and 89. But before we go to the lesson, I want to do some review on what you have learned in the previous session. So, in the previous session, we learned about modal verb or probability. Can you tell me the use of modal verb or probability? The use of modal verb or probability is that when we are 100% sure that something happens or something does not happen, we use must and can. And when we are 50% sure that something happened or doesn't happen, we use might, may, or could. So must and can is more certain than might, may, and could. And the forms of modal verb probability in the present is like you use modal verb plus verb or be. This is the use of modal verb or probability in general. So, okay, now this is all about the reviews. Let us go to the objective of the lesson. Today's objective is that at the end of these sessions, you will be able to infer conversational information and use modal verb or probability in the past for response. So let's start our lesson. Everyone, please turn to page 88. And on page 88, the title is What on Earth Have Happened? And you see the side of on your left hand side, you see the conversation between two people. You see the conversation between Rachel and Christina. So what I want you to do now is that you number all the line of Rachel's side of conversations from 1 to 25. Okay, number like this, like from 1, 2, 3 until number 25. After all of you have numbers the line of Rachel conversations, so let's do the exercise. Okay, now you look on the same page, page 88, and on your right hand side you see exercise number 2. So what I want you to do is that you read Rachel's side of conversations and tick the most likely answer. So for example, I have an example for you. What is the relationship between Rachel and Christina? What is the relationship between them? And so between Rachel and Christina. In here, in order to answer these questions, you need to infer from the information that is in the conversations. So how you infer is that you notice the clue of the information or the situations. For example, in this question, they ask the relationship between Rachel and Christina. And when you look at the conversation, you can see that Rachel and Christina don't live in the same house. It means they are separate and they live in different houses. So the answer is that they must be friends. The reason because they don't live together. And choice number 2 in the question is that they could be sister. It's not the right answer because if they are sister, they should live together in the house, right? So in here, you needed to infer the information from the conversation to pick the right answer in each question. ខ្ញុំកន្លែងនេះខ្ញុំចង់និយាយថាដើម្បីឆ្លើយសំណួរមួយដែលត្រឹមត្រូវនៅក្នុង exercise នេះយើងត្រូវតែធ្វើការ infer បានន័យថាយើងមើលទៅលើ conversation នឹងហើយយើងធ្វើការយើងត្រូវយក information នៅក្នុង conversation មកគិតថាតើចម្លើយហ្នឹងវាជាចម្លើយមួយណាដែលយើងត្រូវចេះប្រើប្រាស់ clue នៅក្នុងinformation ឧទាហរណ៍ថានៅក្នុងសំណួរនេះគេសួរយើងថាតើ Rachel ជាមួយនឹង Christina មានទំនាក់ទំនងអីជាមួយគ្នាបើតាមយើងអាន conversation នឹងដែលនៅខាងឆ្វេងដៃអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាហ្នឹងយើងឃើញថាពួកគាត់ហ្នឹងអត់នៅផ្ទះ មួយគ្នាឯងគាត់ទេរកគ្នាបានន័យថាគាត់នៅផ្ទះផ្សេងគ្នាអញ្ចឹងនេះជា clue មួយឯងថាពួកគាត់អត់នៅផ្ទះជាមួយគ្នាអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចយក clue ហ្នឹងមកមើល answer អញ្ចឹងបានន័យថា answer គេ provide មាន2 they must be friend ជាមួយ they could be sister អញ្ចឹងបានន័យថាធម្មតាមនុស្ស2នាក់បើសិនជានៅផ្ទះផ្សេងគ្នាទេរកគ្នាធម្មតាគឺជាពួកម៉ាក់ត្រូវទេអញ្ចឹងគឺជាចម្លើយទី1គេ choice ទី1គឺជាចម្លើយត្រឹមត្រូវចំណែកឯ choice ទី2គេថា they could be sister មិនមែនជាចម្លើយត្រឹមត្រូវទេពីព្រោះថាពួកគាត់មិនមែននៅផ្ទះជាមួយគ្នា Okay now you have 5 minutes to do this exercise please pause the video now Okay now 5 minutes is gone let's check the answer all together answers So the first one have been done for you. I will skip the first one. Let's move to the second one. Christina, I will read the question out for you. What do you think have happened? And you have two choices. Christina flat must have been burgled. Christina flat might have been burgled. And the answer that is given is that Christina flat must have been burgled. It means like the first choice is the right answer. So why the first choice is the right answer? I will give you a clue. When you look at line number 7, you see the word miss, right? Line number 7, they said, what L is missing? So the clue word is miss. And then when you look at line 14, you see Rachel's mention about have you called the police. So line number 14, the clue word is police. So imagine the situation. You miss some things and then you call the police. So the situation is that you must have been burgled. It's just like the situation. Christina missed something and then she called the police. So the answer is quite sure that she must have been burgled. But I'll imagine another situation. For example, we don't have this clue. Like we don't, Christina did not miss something. For example, we don't have this clue. We only have this. So it means Christina just called the police. So we are not sure whether she have been burgled or not. We are not sure what has happened. So in here we can use might instead of must if we don't have the clue miss. You understand? Now move to question 3. When did it happen? And we have two choices. It could have happened during the night and it may have happened while she was at work. And the answer is it might have happened while she was at work. So we use the word may. Sorry, not might, but may have happened. I will give you the clue why we choose choice number 2, not choice number 1. Okay, you look at line 4. You see the clue. Line 4, Rachel mentioned that they must have known no one was at home. So, no one was at home is the clue. If no one was at home, so it means that probably Christina is at work. So this is choice number 2 should be the right answer. And choice number 1, it could have happened during the night. It's not the right answer. Because during the night, there should be someone at home, right? But according to the conversations, they mentioned that no one at home. It means that nobody stay inside the house. So choice number 2 should be the right answer. Okay, we move on to question 4. Who is Ella? We have two choices. She must be Christina Flatmat and she can't be a student. And the answer is choice number 1 is the right answer. She must be Christina Flatmat. You look at line 9, you will see the clue. On line number 9, Rachel mentioned that, oh, Ella expensive leather jackets. So he mentioned about jackets of Ella. Imagine the situation. Ella jacket is inside Christina's house. It means that Ella clothes is inside that house. So it means that Ella is living with Christina. So the answer is that she must be Christina Flatmat. Okay, we move on to question 5. What was taken from the flat? We have two choices. two choices. First one, Christina laptop computer could have been taken, and Christina Ella laptop might have been taken. So the answer is the first choice. Christina laptop computer could have been taken. Why we use could have been here? Everyone, please look at lines number 6. There is a clue. On line number 6, Rachel mentioned that have you saved everything? So the word here is the word save is the clue. The situation might be that Christina lost her laptop already, so Rachel asked her whether she have saved the files or the document in a flash drive or something. So it means that Christina's laptop could have been taken. And you see choice number 2, Ella's laptop might have been taken. It's not the right answer because when you look at the clue, Rachel says that had you saved everything. So it means the word you here refer to Christina. The word you in the conversation refer to Christina, not Ella. So that's why choice number 1 is the right one. Okay, we move on to question 6. Had Christina told Ella about her jacket? Choice 1, she might have told her. Choice 2, she can't have told her. The answer is choice number 2. She can't have told her. Why this one should be the right answer? You look at line number 11, you will see. Rachel mentions that she's going to get a shock when she gets back. So it means that now she haven't gotten back. It means that she doesn't know everything, right? She doesn't know anything at all. So it means that Christina can't have told her. So the second choice should be the right answer. We move on to question 7. Have she called the police? We have two choices. She can have done and she must have done. The answer is she must have done. So why we use must have done? You look at line number 14. Rachel mentioned that have you called the police? So the clue word is police. And line number 15, Rachel also said that, okay, good. So good is the clue, another clue word. Imagine the situation. Rachel asked Christina, have you called the police? And then Christina respond blah blah blah. And then Rachel said good. So it means this is the positive answer. So the answer is that she must have done it. So move on to the last question. What happened to Christina's clothes? We have two choices. They can have been stolen and they must have been thrown on the floor. The answer is choice number 2. They must have been thrown onto the floor. You look at line 18 and line 20, you will see the clue. Line 18, oh, how awful your lovely clothes. So the clue is the word awful and the word clothes. And then line 20, you see that difficult to see exactly what is missing. So this is the clue. Difficult to see what is missing. Imagine the situation is that your clothes is all over the floors and then you just think that it is so awful, and because it is so messy on the floor, it's difficult to see what is missing. So it means that the second choice should be the right answer. They must have been thrown onto the floor. And okay, everyone, now let's listen to the tape script of the full conversation between them.
Tape script 11.6.
Hello?
Rachel, it's me, Christina. Something dreadful's happened.
Oh, hi, Christina. What on earth's wrong? Tell me.
My flat's just been burgled.
Oh, no. That's terrible. When?
Well, I discovered it when I came in from work 2 hours ago. The door was wide open.
Oh, they must have known no one was at home. What did they take?
My laptop, of course, with all my work and my photos on it.
Had you saved everything?
Yes, fortunately, I'd put my work and most of my photos on CD.
Thank goodness. What else is missing?
My camera, and a whole load of Ella's jewellery, and her new leather jacket.
Oh, not your camera. Well, at least you still have your photos. Oh, and Ella's expensive leather jacket. Does she know?
No, she doesn't. She's not back from college yet.
Oh, she's going to get such a shock when she gets back. And she's got her final exam soon.
I know. But at least she had her laptop with her, so they didn't get that.
Yeah, that's good. I know she always takes it with her to lectures. Have you called the police?
Oh, yes, they're here now.
Good. Have they any idea who might have done it?
Well, they say there have been quite a few burglaries in the area, and the flat above me was also done.
So it wasn't just your flat then? Is there much mess? Did they ransack the place?
Oh, the mess is terrible. Whoever did it emptied out all my drawers, and my clothes are all over the bedroom floor.
Oh, how awful. Your lovely clothes. Did they take any of them?
I don't know, I haven't checked. The police have told me not to touch anything.
Yes, of course. And anyway, it must be really difficult to see exactly what's missing.
Oh, it is. Oh, Rachel, it's just chaos here.
Look, Christina, you're obviously really upset. I'm coming round. I'll help you tidy up. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Oh, Rach, you're a great friend. Thanks so much.
Okay, everyone, so move on to the next page, page 89. I want you to look at the practice on your right hand side. And then I want you to do exercise number 3. On exercise number 3, what I want you to do is that you use the word in the bracket to respond to each statement. And then we have 6 statements from 1 to 6. So I will give you example. For example, number 1. Number 1, the example is that I can't find my jacket. And then we have must and drop in the bracket. So in here, the response is you must have dropped it. So why do we use you must have dropped it? This is the present sentence, can't find. So why do we use must have dropped in the past? In here, you have to think about a situation. Now, present thing is that you cannot find your jacket. You don't know where it is, right? You don't know where it is. So we focus on what happened before you cannot find your jacket. What happened before that led to the fact that you cannot find it now. So we focus on what happened that caused you to lose your jacket. So if we focus on what happened before, then we must use it in the past. So you must have dropped it. Okay, បើសិនជាយើងមើលទៅ sentence ហ្នឹងទី1គេនិយាយថាខ្ញុំអត់អាចរក jacket របស់ខ្ញុំបានទេខ្ញុំរក jacket ក្រៅអាវក្រៅរបស់ខ្ញុំអត់ឃើញប៉ុន្តែអ្វីដែលត្រូវយើង focus គឺយើងត្រូវ focus ទៅលើអ្វីដែលកើតឡើងមុនពេលដែលយើងរកអាវក្រៅយើងនឹងអត់ឃើញអ្វីដែលកើតឡើងពីមុនដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងរកអាវក្រៅរបស់យើងអត់ឃើញអញ្ចឹងបានកន្លែងនេះយើងប្រើជាអតីតកាលបានន័យថាកាលពីអតីតកាលសកម្មភាពមុនហ្នឹងគឺយើងប្រហែលជាយើងច្បាស់ជាតម្លាក់វាឬក៏ជ្រុះវានៅកន្លែងណាឲ្យបានវាធ្វើឲ្យបច្ចុប្បន្នកាលយើងនេះគឺយើងរកវាអត់ឃើញអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាយល់ទេ So now you have about 5 minutes to do this. Please pause the video on your own. Okay, now 5 minutes is gone. Let's check the answer all together. Answers. Okay, we move on to number 2 since number 1 has already been done for you. Number 2, we have the sentence that John didn't come to school yesterday. And we have the word must and ill in the bracket. So, I will explain why we use it must have been in the past tense. The clue is in the first sentence, we use the word didn't. It means John didn't come to school yesterday. So the word didn't here indicate that it is the past tense, right? The sentence is in the past. So, the response should be made in the past as well. Like, he must have been ill. We move on to the third question. Why is Isabel late for class? And we have the word might and oversleep in the bracket. So the answer is she might have overslept. Here again, like the sentence in the book, why is Isabel late for class is the present sentence. So why do we use the word might have overslept in the past? What I want you to focus is that the present now, she's late for class. But what we want to know is what happened before class that make her late for class right now. So which means that what happened before should be in the past tense, right? So that's why we use must have overlap. We focus on what happened before class that lead her to be late for class right now. We move on to the fourth question. I can't find my notebooks. And we have the word in the bracket, must, and leave at home. This sentence is similar to the third sentence. Like, you form the statement like, you must have left it at home. So, you must have left it at home in the past. So, why we use it in the past? Because we want to focus on what happened before you cannot find your notebooks. You cannot find your notebook is the present time. So what happened before that make you cannot find it? So we focus on what happened before. That's why we use it in the past. Must have left. So move on to question 5. The teacher is checking Maria's exercise. And we have the word can't and finish already. So the answer is she can't have finished it already. Why do we use past tense again? Because now the teacher is checking her homework. So what we want to know here is what happened before the teacher can check her homework, right? What happened before? She might have finished her homework, but maybe the homework is too difficult, so we think that she can't have finished it already. She can't have finished it indicate that this statement is happened before the present times that the teacher is checking Maria's homework. So we move on to the last question. Why is Carl looking so happy? And we have the word may and do well in the test. So the answer is she may have done well on the test. We use past tense again. The present time now, imagine that Kelly is looking so happy. So we wonder, what make her so happy? What happened before that make her look so happy? So when we focus on what happened before she looked happy, it means we focus on the past, something in the past that make her look happy in the present. So that's why we use must have done well, that is in the past, to indicate the activity that happened in the past. So that is all about the answer, and let's do some wrap up all together. Okay, today what you have learned is that you have learned a strategy to infer conversational information. And how you can infer the conversational information is that you notice the clue in the information. The clue can be word or it can be a situation itself. Can be word or a situation. And then you also learn about grammar. Grammar, today you do the practice on modal verb of probability in the past. So the form of modal verb probability in the past, we have modal verb plus past participle. And past participle here refer to have plus verb number 3. So, and then the use is that we use must and can't to indicate that we are 100% sure that something happens, and might make could to express that we are 50% sure of something that might happen or might not happen. So this is all about the wrap up, and the next session you are going to do the reading on the next page, and the title of the reading is The Street Student. And this is the end of the videos. Thank you everyone. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.